Alright, hello and welcome back to part two of Gaits and Action. So in part two, we're going to talk about some of the common gaits of the horse, and then later on some of the less common gaits. Alright, so we're going to start out with the walk. Alright, so that each foot takes its own individual step. I know this is a very odd video, but there are not a whole lot of videos just walking. So Romania is a strange place. Next, we have the trot and jog, which is a two-beat diagonal gait. Diagonal pairs are starting the ground at the same time, as you can see, thanks to my lady wrapping her horse's legs, as well as push, wrap legs, strike the ground at the same time, and non-wrap legs, strike the ground at the same time, in corresponding diagonal pairs. However, this is not the only two-beat diagonal gait. There's also backing. Very long video. Let's see if we can. All right. Let's get to the point. Again, it's very difficult to find videos about horses backing. So here we see the horse goes backwards in diagonal pairs, just like the trot. As opposed to when he walks forward, each foot takes its own individual step. Back him up in diagonal pairs. Next, we have the canter and lope. Canter and lope are and sort of what this video sort of acknowledges is that they are the same. The only difference is the tack you use. Ours is in the hind foot, followed by a diagonal pair, and the lead expansion. The hind, diagonal pair, and lead leg. So, of course, the same English. The only difference is the tack that you're using. All right, next we have the gallop. Gallop is also a four-beat gait in which each foot takes its own individual step. And it's not playing. All right, so now it's playing. And we can clearly see each foot taking its own individual step, followed by a suspension phase. All right, so now some less common gaits. All right, so we're going to start out with the pace. Now, the pace, as opposed to the trot, is a two-beat lateral gait. This means that the front, the pairs of legs in the front and rear are going to move together on the same side. You bred horses use harness racing, and in some cases, um, speed pace classes like this one. So you can see, especially when she rounds corners, camera, the lateral pairs working together. Kind of get lost going down the straightaway, but when you come back around again, and the front and side pairs. Okay. All right, so now the slow gait or stepping pace as performed by the American Saddlebred. The slow gait is a lateral 4-beat gait. The break in rhythm is between the lateral 4 and rear. Next, we have the rack, as performed by the racking horse and American Saddlebred. This particular horse in this video is an actual rack. Now, the rack is a flash 4-beat lateral, sometimes called the foot, because the suspension phase, there isn't really a suspension phase. So one foot is always round. It's characterized by quite a display of knee action. All right, so as you should well know, the American Saddlebred can be shown three-gated, walk, trot, and canter, as well as five-gated. The five gaits are walk, trot, slow gait, rack, and canter in that order. For all intensive purposes, the slow gait and rack are speed variations of the same gait. Additionally, there are specially bred racking horses which only perform the rack. Amongst racking horses, there are two categories. You have speed racking horses, like we just saw, that are supposed to perform the rack very quickly. And then you have style racking horses, which are going to be more slow and smooth and are judged on their style and rhythm. Next, we have the running wall. By the four lateral great impact occurring between the lateral and hind feet. Horse travel gliding motion because it extends the hind leg over step or reach the ideal. As you see, this horse does not overstep, but does that step back. So if you're confused about the difference between the rack and the running walk, think about it this way. The running walk is a more gliding lateral gait, while the rack is a more up and down rolling gait. There's a rhyme to remember, but I can't remember it and it never found very helpful. Something about if they're weaving, they're walking, and if they're nodding, they're racking, or vice versa. I don't know. Either way, the running walk is more gliding, while the rack is more rolling. All right, next we have the pulk as performed by the Icelandic. Rack, of course, in Icelandic, they don't call that. All right, so the Icelandic horse, like the saddlebred, may be shown as five. Additionally, they may be shown as four-gated. The four-gated are the walk, trot, foal, as seen above. Five-gated are the walk, trot, colt, flying pace, and canter. Flying pace, as you'll see, is just as described. This paint horse right here is the flying pace. Much like the pacing horse, speed pacing horse that we saw in the first video in this section, the stool flying pace desire to come around very quickly and is able to beat. So, not every horse can perform the flying pace, while most all can perform the colt. Next, we have the very strange foxtrot, as performed by the Missouri Foxtrotter. The foxtrot is sort of an amalgamation or combination of the walk and trot. Um, they walk behind and trot in the front. Next, we have the Passo Corto, Passo Largo, and Classic Fino, as performed by the Passifino. Those of you who study Spanish know that Corto and Largo uh, determine our size determiners. Corto being small and Largo being large. So Classic Fino is sort of the moderate, or Passo Corto is sort of the moderate. Passo Largo is going to be a little faster. And then Classic Fino is actually going to be the slowest. Um, and so as they cross the sounding board, they want to hear a tight, short, quick rhythm. Not every horse is going to be able to perform Classic Fino. Only very exceptional individuals will be able to perform this very tight, quick, rhythmic. Uh, Next, we have the Paso Llano and Sobrandando of the Peruvian Paso. Anyway, let's get to when he's actually riding it. All right, so the Peruvian Paso is going to perform a more rolling version of the very tight gait of the Pasofino. Uh, Paso Liano and the Sobrandando, like Paso Corto, Largo, or Slowgate and Rack, are all speed differences of the same